And that's an exclusive access we got to the University of Ghana Medical Center. Let's stay on health. You know that the National Health Insurance Scheme made a donation to the COVID fund. And since then, there's been an outpour of reaction, especially from the subscribers of NHIS. Now, the Private Health Association are particularly unhappy with the donation made by the NHIS. We've been joined in the studio by the General Secretary of the group, and that is Frank Toblu, for some more on this. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newsdesk. You are not happy that the NHIS is making a donation to the fund that will help fight this pandemic we are all faced with. Why is that?
Let me put the issue into real perspective. It isn't that we are not happy with the donations that they have made to the fund. We have the view that, yes, when you make reference to at 852 section 40, 2C and D, it is stated categorically clear that the NHIA has the capacity, it has the mandate to do what is called corporate social responsibility. They have that right, without any reservation. Again, we are also privy to the allocation formula that Parliament approved to the National Health Insurance Authority early this year, which allocated almost 4.9 million Ghana cedis to them in respect of corporate social responsibility. So, looking at this section of the law, vis-a-vis parliamentary allocation or parliament approval of such funds to them, of course they have that right to do what they have done.
Yes, and they have explained that. So what is your concern?
Yes, we are now coming to the substance. We have something we call substance over form in law. Here we are, we have a very challenging situation at hand. We have made series of requests to government to give us PPEs, because the fight against this corona disease is not one-sided. It's supposed to be double-sided. Double-sided in the sense that once you are supporting the government institutions to fight the corona, we equally looking at the private sector, because people choose between the private and the public as to where they should go for their medical conditions.
Yeah, that is
so. In a situation where somebody with the COVID cases move to the private sector, and the private sector is not well equipped to handle the situation, guess what is going to happen? Let me give you a typical example that happened in South Africa. Somebody with COVID case went to a facility. By the time they finished with him at the hospital, 65 people contracted the disease. I mean, that is the situation we have at hand. So it means that they were not properly equipped. They were not well protected, and that is the situation they find themselves in. And that hospital had to be closed down.
So you're saying that since the pandemic, since the case was recorded in Ghana, you've not received any form of support from government as far as the provision of PPEs is concerned?
Sincerely, I am waiting for government to say that we have given to Hospital A or Hospital B. As I'm speaking to you, if it is done, I think it's about 10:30 now. If it is done 10:29, that means it is done. But as I speak to you, none of us in the private sector, as far as our organization is concerned, received one, unless otherwise they can mention to me that we have given to Hospital A, Hospital B, or Hospital C.
So your case is that you do not find the donation by the NHIS unlawful or illegal, but you think it is inappropriate considering what you are faced with as we speak?
Sincerely, it is not illegal. It is not unlawful. They are operating within the remit of the law. But you see, as I stated earlier on, you cannot have a situation where those who are taking care of the COVID cases are not having the necessary logistics to take care of the people, and then you are going to give to the in quote, vulnerable in society to protect themselves. Of course, we are not against protective health. Of course, I must say that we are not against protective health. It is equally important.
If this is your case, then your call should not be to the NHIS. You should be looking at the Ministry of Health or the Ghana Health Service, who have some oversight as far as your work is concerned as private healthcare providers to support you in this course.
You made a point. If government has given money to our immediate financiers, which is the NHIA, to pay us, and then the immediate financier, knowing the situation we find ourselves in, decide to return that money in another form to government, what justification do we have to be lambasting government that you have not given us money? Are you getting the argument?
Yeah.
So it's just a clear calculation that you have to look through.
What are you going to do from here?
You see, we are still insisting. You see, where we find ourselves, there is no need to put down any stringent measure that if we don't do this, we will do this. But the truth of the matter is that we are going to impress upon government to give us PPEs. Because if we say we are not going to look after the people, what happens after the COVID-19? Are we going to see these same people who we will be turning away? The answer is obviously no. We will surely have to receive them, handle them, because they continue to remain our patients. There is one important thing we need to understand.
Yes, and we need to wrap up on this.
Yes, whether health insurance or not, people continue to go to hospital. May God forbid, assuming NHIA is no more today, doesn't mean people will not go to hospital. They will surely go to hospital.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frank Toblu. He is the General Secretary of the Private Health Association, the Hospitals Association. They have some concerns with the donation made by the NHIS, and they're calling on government to support them during this pandemic. We're taking a break here on Newsdesk. When we return, we'll bring you business, but the Ghana Exim Bank has announced support for clothing manufacturing firms to produce PPEs during this emergency.
Thank you, my brother.
Details after the break.